Yo. So today's message kicks off with 333. I woke up to it this morning. I saw it driving here today, and then I was randomly pulled to this location, which I don't typically come, and as soon as I pulled up, the address across the street was 4333. So it's a special number. The Holy Trinity, mind, body, soul, unite, create harmony. I'm reading from The Golden Future by Diana Cooper. I've pre-pulled to reflect. The messages are epic. We kick it off with 33, the blueprint for 5D humanity. Remember your gifts and powers. The fifth dimensional paradigm embraces love, cooperation, peace, harmlessness, service, inclusivity, and acting for the highest good. These qualities will allow the golden age to blossom. We will see a jump shift in our consciousness as the sixth root race of humanity emerges. It heralds another spurt of human evolution. The gifts and powers that are encoded into our 12 strands of DNA will be available to all of us. Yes. 12 strands of DNA is the luminous human, not 2 strands. 2 chromosomes were fused, creating 95% dormant DNA. Also 95 or 97% subconscious human. We used to be pure consciousness, embodied, unified source. Chromosomes were fused, the human was capped, descension into subconscious, autopilots looping. However, these can only be activated when our planet is purified. Not entirely. I think fully activated is what they're talking about. Not entirely activated, because we can activate dormant codes within us at any time. It is currently undergoing purification, and when the waters are clear, the air clean, the land cleansed, and the people all have their 12 fifth dimensional chakras awake and operational, the process of transformation will start. I believe there's at least 15 chakras, ports of consciousness. More than 12, from what I've read anyways. Telepathy, telekinesis, manifestation, clairvoyance, clairaudience, teleportation, levitation, regeneration, self-healing, total recall of our soul journeys, and powers beyond our conception will all be commonplace. This is already commonplace for some humans. It's commonplace for us all. We're just at different levels of incarnation on this journey called life. Act as if it is already the new golden future. Act as if. You attract what you are, not what you desire. We need to resonate at that frequency. Your guidance is to connect with the great Lord Morya, who originates from Mercury. He was also King Arthur, I believe. He has something to do with that time frame as well. He has now become the Manu, the perfected human representing the 6th root race of humanity, to prepare us for the golden future. His cells, chakras, and energy fields hold the keys and codes of the people we are to become. He has unimaginable gifts and powers. Morya invites you to bring in your 12 chakras and consciously practice love, peace, joy, gratitude, and acceptance until they become habit. We can shift our habits. Practice makes progress. Watch your thoughts and emotions and make sure they're loving and positive. This isn't bypassing. It's just making sure you're speaking to yourself with love and others. That you're speaking in an uplifted connotation, not a negative connotation. That we can see the silver lining, that there is always dual sides to this plane. What you choose to focus on expands. Practice divine attunement in deep relaxation, right down to your cells, to enable your psychic gifts, spiritual powers, and perfect health to come forward. Morya will overlight you. The second card is 19, sexuality. Express pure love. My nails are dirty. What is that? I'm at the beach. It's a little sandy. So, the sacral chakra of love and navel chakra of oneness are two separate centers encapsulated within one large one. When they are balanced and energy flows perfectly between them, people understand and experience higher love. They also develop pure clairsentience. When people live at a fifth dimensional frequency, it's not a different place we go. The fifth dimension is just a frequency, an elevated frequency. We're in the third dimension, plane of existence, heavier, more dense. We didn't used to be this dense and heavy before the fusing of chromosomes. We were 12 and beyond. At this level, sexuality is expressed tenderly with love, honor, and respect. Intercourse becomes a transcendent exchange of pure love. Every time you exchange with someone else, you leave a piece of them and you take a piece of them. Calling all parts of yourself back into wholeness is very important, as well as cutting cords from all times, places, and people. Anything, any person, place, entity attempting to siphon your vitality, you have to claim you do not have my consent and I call my power back. Everything is energetic. Every interaction, we leave bits and pieces of ourselves everywhere and take bits and pieces, which is why a glance from a human that felt weird sits with you 10 days later, because their energy lingers with you until you clear it, cleanse it, and call yours back. When the masculine and feminine energies come perfectly into balance, many souls will embody androgyny. We used to be one source consciousness. The separation of the divine feminine and the divine masculine occurred to create duality. Before, we were one source consciousness. We didn't have the separation. In the golden future, couples will experience transcendent love through sexuality. Sex will be considered sacred, special, and beautiful, as it should be. Truly. Receiving this card suggests that it is a time to develop the higher chambers of your sacral chakra. The lessons here include caring for others, giving love, and sharing love. The final lesson is about nurturing and supporting a baby or any vulnerable creature with tenderness. What comes to mind for me here is the ego, which is the inner child, and often the wounded child. Like I've said, the ego isn't to be eradicated, it's to be integrated. You don't want the ego to die, you would die. The ego is the spark of joy within you. Before the child had overlays absorbed into them. The ego is the 0 to 7 child. We have to love that child back into wholeness. What did love look like when you were 0 to 7? What did safety feel like in your body? It still resides there, and you're acting out that as a human adult. When you do this, your sacral chakra glows with transcendent beauty. It reminds you that pure love of any kind is special. You are asked to express sexuality in its greatest and purest form by reaching out to others or doing something for them with love, tenderness, and caring. Cherish people and tune into their needs. But I don't say don't. It's not an invitation to people please or put others before you. Sacred devotion to self comes first, because when your cup is full, you can only then wholly give to others around you. Aphrodite, who is associated with love, beauty, and fertility, was a high priestess in the temple of love in the golden era of Atlantis. The first thing she impressed upon her people when they built the temple, which was connected directly to the planet Venus, was to give thanks. So be grateful for all the love in your life and ask the high priestess Aphrodite to help you develop your transcendent sacral chakra. Number 43, the last card. Spiritual technology. Expand your imagination and share your visions. I don't know if you noticed, but there are hummingbirds within all of these images. And the hummingbirds are depicted as messengers from our ancestors. Bridge of the divine. spark of joy. Love will get us there, but joy will keep us there. As soon as our planet is at peace and in harmony, we will be in consultation with wise beings from the universe. It's already happening. The consciousness of this planet is already rising. Interdimensional beings are already touching down left, right, and center. The fifth dimensional consciousness on Earth will enable us to receive light and spiritual technology. Scientists throughout the world will share their discoveries and ideas with one another and people everywhere. Scientists won't be afraid anymore to speak up. Thank you to the ones that are speaking up. Technology will jump shift into a higher paradigm. Plant materials will be developed into robust, hard-wearing, flexible, ecological, and colorful substitutes for plastics. They already are. These will be utilized to make transports, building materials, and household goods. After 2050, every single thing will be biodegradable. That's amazing. We don't need plastic. We really don't. Hemp was vilified because of how, I'm not going to go there, but it was vilified a long time ago. As currently inconceivable ideas and crystal knowledge are downloaded into us, our planet and everyone on it will hum in harmony at the upper levels of the fifth dimension. Lord Hilarion, master of the fifth ray of science. If you're not aware of the rays of existence, check them out. I think there's 9 rays of existence. Conventional science, I believe, only talks about the 7, but there's 9 in esoteric teachings. Technology, knowledge, wisdom, and truth is Earth's representative. Lord Hilarion, the master of fifth ray of science. Technology, knowledge, wisdom, and truth is Earth's representative on the council of Saturn. Have you heard people speaking about Saturn lately and Neptune? Yeah. There's powerful energies and frequencies coming from those planets on many levels. They're archetypal energies as well as other, impacting this planet and its people. Grand scale. Choosing this card indicates that he is waiting to drop new ideas into your mind. These may be about crystals, which are transducers of energy, higher truths, technology, or light. He may ask you to envision currently inconceivable possibilities for the future. This card calls on you to stay open and receptive to any impressions that come to you. Expand your imagination and encourage those around you, especially children, to express theirs. Then the seeds of the beautiful future can take root in your consciousness and spread. When you tune into Lord Hilarion, he will guide you to bring new ideas forward to help humanity, the planet, and yourself. Remember to share any concepts you receive with others, for this is the fifth dimensional route to the new golden future. It's so exciting. The consciousness is evolving. This planet's and humanity's. Groupthink makes it so. When we can vibe together at a higher level, we can rise all. But what we can do is tend to our own backyard, our own inner sanctuary. Flip the scripts, heal the wounded child within, move from a place of response, from reaction. We are creators of this reality. The fear con from the fear-mongering mass media is coming to an end as the consciousness rises, as the light illuminates the dark. One more needs to come through. Planetary cleansing. Keep your space pure and clear, and the unicorn will appear. The humans just forgot how to see unicorns. They exist. I don't care if people think I'm crazy anymore. All that matters is what I think and feel. And life's amazing. Dolphins, the fish. Look at all this trash. Look at all this trash. It's time to take the trash out of the ocean. 35, which is also 8. The infinity loop. what some deem sacred geometry is actually a closed loop system, keeping humanity stuck in the loop. Energy, the toroidal field that flows through the planet and the human, is ascending and descending in a spiral formation, not a loop. The human's not supposed to loop, but the human's stuck in the lower subconsciousness on the human consciousness map. Fear, apathy, shame, regret, guilt, anger. You gotta tap into courage, exit the loop, enter the spiral, rise. So exciting. In the consciousness of the golden future, everyone has a sense of self-worth and personal integrity. So they keep their surroundings clean, natural, and beautiful. Goods will be wrapped in ecological, reusable, biodegradable plant materials, not yet envisaged. So there will be no waste or rubbish. I was happy to see when these cards arrived, they were not wrapped in plastic. White goods, televisions, and our current computers will be obsolete, replaced by totally biodegradable high-tech goods powered by harmless frequencies. Yes, it can happen. I was just thinking about this. I have a Aries, AIRES, tech EMF protector on my phone, and I'm pretty far away from a Jeep right now, and I didn't remember if I locked it, and I clicked it, and it locked it. It's so far away. But when my key is in my pocket with this phone, I can't unlock my door. I usually unlock it with my hand. It does work. These EMF protectors do work. Not all of them. This one does. By 2050, currently inconceivable dematerialization techniques will mean that the mountains of rubbish around the world will be disposed of. This includes the atomic dust from nuclear power stations, which will have all been shut down. Residues of waste dust will be taken by unicorns for final clearance in the sun and Helios, the great central sun, a gateway to source. Are they talking about the actual unicorn, or the unicorn that exists as frequency in the oversoul, within the ether, within the field? Angels are just frequencies. The blue ray of light is Archangel Michael. It's not an actual angel, it's a frequency of light. Lord Peter the Great was totally in tune with nature and the animal kingdom during his many incarnations. He now helps environmental movements and is coordinating the deep cleansing of the planet from the inner planes. Your guidance is to connect with him and visualize the land being clean and cared for and the air pure. Each time you do this, your energy creates bridges of light along which Peter the Great's spiritual team can work. Through your intervention, they can show people the consequences of their actions and achieve more to purify the world. This card is a reminder that every single thing you do to help our environment makes a difference. Every single thing you do, truly. But do not judge those who drop, litter, or pollute. For judgmental thoughts create psychic pollution. We can only be the change we wish to see. We can't force change upon another. We can only be the change, and then that reverberates. Instead, bless those people with self-worth to raise their frequency. They know not what they do. When you know better, you do better. Your guidance is to make ecological choices and live lightly on Earth, for your actions profoundly affect people and help the planet. I gave out bracelets from 4 Ocean as wedding favors for my wedding. We took out thousands of tons of trash out of the ocean with that. And they sent us water bottles. It was the sweetest. There's so many organizations, so many epic humans on this planet creating massive change. It just isn't spoken about enough in the mainstream because community, connection, collaboration, cooperation, when we come together, we rise together. You can't control a population that is thinking clearly in a large group. Clearly. Clarity. And that is the message. I love you. Thanks.